Welcome to Staley High School, where we're covering the match between your Truman Patriots and the William Chrisman Bears. I'm Nate Morton,
And I'm Tyler Karras.
and we're covering this game from Staley High School. Right now, the coin toss.
All right, Nate, so what do you expect this game to go like?
It's going to be interesting. Obviously, we're at a neutral ground, so not at Chrisman or at Truman. We're at Staley High School. So I think that will play a factor, but I think Truman will come out on top this one. Both teams have struggled so far. Both are 0-4, but I think if you look at how they've done against similar teams like Winnetonka, Truman has showed some promise, and I think they'll do well tonight.
And the Patriots will receive the ball to start off the first half.
Now, Tyler, is there anything in particular you're looking for, or looking for either teams to do? What like objective do you think Chrisman should come out with, or Truman should come out with?
Well, we interviewed a couple of Truman players, and they were expecting Chrisman to run counters a lot and basically just sort of run the ball. From what I've seen the past few weeks, Truman has a decent running game going, and once they get that game going, they can start opening up the passing game. Some key players to watch will definitely be QB John Chapin. My apologies. Sam Scott, of course. Josh Dixon, even though he's a kicker, he's been doing pretty good. Chris Rhodes will definitely be another key player, along with Quincy Scott and G. Williams. Those are definitely some key players on Truman's team, actually.
All right, yeah, I would agree. Truman's looked the best when they've run the ball this season, and so that's definitely something that they should go for tonight.
And
the kickoff, and it's whiffed.
Truman will recover the ball at the 49-yard line.
That was quite unexpected. Went about 10 yards, and not sure what happened there.
Honestly, probably just trying to get that onside kick and just try to actually get that ball at first instead of having Truman handle it.
Well, Truman has some good yardage to start off with. See what they can do with it.
Yep.
First and 10 Patriots.
And flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Encroachment against the Bears.
That is encroachment against the Bears. That will move Truman up some more yardage to the 46-yard line. Chapin hands the ball off to number 21, Dimitri Smith. And tackling for the Bears was Whitley. Ichiri Whitley.
that's kind of play I think we're going to see a lot of tonight from Truman. It's what they've been most successful at. If they can keep running it down, just straight through the defense, they can do pretty well.
Looks like another running formation on Truman. And we have another flag that will appear to be offsides on the Bears.
Encroachment against the Bears.
Correction, that is actually encroachment on the Bears.
It's their second.
That will put them at the 32-yard line. And I believe that will give Truman a first down.
First down.
No, it's 3rd and 3.
First and 5.
Correction, 1st and 5. Chapman hands the ball off again to number 21, Dimitri Smith. The tackle was made by number 33, Richard McCullough.
Timeout Bears.
And a timeout by the Bears. So how do you think the Bears... And Bears have came out of their timeout. Truman gets set yet again. Chapman, he keeps the ball. He's looking for a pass. He passes it incomplete. The target was number 4, Najee Williams.
I think that's another thing we're going to have to look out for. Najee, he's had some great looks earlier this season, some great long catches for touchdowns. He's been quite an asset to this team. Let's see if the Bears defense can cover him.
I'm surprised he didn't try to throw the ball down to Chris. He's been doing pretty well lately as well.
Yes, Chris, yeah.
Truman set for a 3rd down. Chapman hands the ball off to number Dimitri Smith, and he's going all the way. Touchdown, Truman Patriots. Dimitri Smith with the touchdown. Now, that's interesting how early they strike. How do you think that's going to affect Chrisman?
It's definitely going to hurt their morale. You know, getting out really bright and early in the game definitely is going to help Truman. I don't know. We'll have to see. You know, Chrisman, they just let the run go through multiple times. Three first downs on the run. You know, so.
And Josh Dixon's extra point attempt was successful. That brings Truman 7-0 up against the Bears. Placeholder was number 17, Noah Smith. So if you're Chrisman, how do you come out on offense this time?
I don't know. You have to come out strong. Think, you know, Truman just marched down the field. They got a relatively easy touchdown. If you come out strong, you attack. You maybe score, maybe get a field goal, maybe a touchdown. It's definitely going to help and even out the game.
Number 4, Saron Felix out to kick for the Bears. Oh, correction, is actually set to receive. Josh Dixon with the kick on the Truman side. Josh's kick is in the end zone. Touchback, Bears.
Bears will take over first and 10 from the 20-yard line.
The Bears will take over first and 10 on the 20. And penalty on the play.
Flag on the play. Illegal procedure against the Bears.
Illegal procedure against the Bears. That'll put the ball back at the 15-yard line.
That's their third penalty of the night. Penalty heavy. Only just a minute into the game. So definitely need to watch that, especially on the with the linemen.
Dane Hurl hands it off to number 5, Tremaine Key.
And there's another
correction.
flag.
Number 3, Cameron Thompson. And another flag is on the play.
Face mask.
Face mask against the Patriots.
Face mask against the Patriots. That will give Bears a first down.
Timeout, Chrisman.
Timeout, Chrisman.
Their second of the night already.
And we're back. Bears lining up after their timeout. Number 12, Dane Hurl with the ball. Hands it off to number 4, Sorrell Felix, and he passes it down to... Can't quite see. Damari Franklin, and that is a touchdown for the Bears.
Now, that was quite the play. Passed it off to number 4, threw it all the way down. Guy was wide open. Great opportunity for Chrisman. See if they can even out here with the extra point.
Number 14, Mitchell Corey on to attempt the extra point.
Mitchell Corey set for the extra point attempt. And it is good. That ties the game up 7-7. What a way to strike early. Get that fire going already on both sides. What do you think that's going to affect the game?
I think it. Well, at this rate, it's obviously going to be a high-scoring game. There hasn't been much defense. A lot of first downs. Just a big player right there. Opened up the game for Chrisman. What do you make of that play? You know.
I mean, Chrisman definitely got lucky with that face mask against Truman's side. Just sort of give them back more yardage that they lost. And I mean, that was a beautiful trick play, handing it off to number 4, Sarant Saron Felix just for that deep pass going all the way down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he was just wide open. There was
That is-
no one within like 5-10 yards of him.
That was definitely a nice pass on the Chrisman side.
Chris Rhodes at number 4, Najee Williams back deep for the Patriots.
Number 4 and number 6, Najee Williams and Chris Rhodes set deep to receive.
Number 14, Mitchell Corey set to kick for the Bears.
Number 14, Mitchell Corey set to kick for the Bears. Corey kicks. And that is out of bounds around the 20. And there's a penalty on the play. All right. So that is a penalty on the Bears. The kickoff cannot go out of bounds. And so that brings Truman up around the 35-yard line.
Once again, Truman has some.
Official timeout.
Once again, Truman has some good yardage off the kick. Do you think they'll be able to utilize it well? Maybe capitalize on it?
Definitely. Chapman receives the ball. He hands it off to number 21, Dimitri Smith,
Number 21, Dimitri Smith.
for a gain about 5 to 6 yards. That will make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Dimitri Smith with a gain of 6 yards. Chapman snaps the ball. He hands it off to number 21, Dimitri Smith, for a gain roughly about 1.
Well, Chrisman countered that ball pretty well. They saw it all the way through, and they had 2-3 guys on them to stop it. If they can keep doing that, that'll be a major factor in this game.
They definitely ought to see that. They definitely probably saw that one coming since they've been running the ball a lot. And that is 3rd and 3 for Truman. Truman's offense ready to snap. And that is a timeout taken by the Patriots. And we will be right back. And we're back. Truman has the ball, 3rd and 3 for them. Truman's offense set. Chapman receives the ball. He takes it himself, and he slides for that first down.
He might not have slid for the first down. It was a little
There is
short.
a flag on the play. Chapman slid down for a gain of 2, as it appears currently it's 4th and 1. And that is a That is holding against the Patriots. That's going to drop them down to a 4-6 situation. No? No, it's 3rd and 6. They decided to repeat the play instead of decline it.
So 3rd and long situation. Looks like Truman's going to pass it.
After the penalty, that brings up 3rd and 17 for the Patriots.
Correction, that is not 3rd and 6. That is 3rd and 17. Chapman snapped. He's looking for a pass, and he overthrows it. Chrisman with the pick.
No, not quite.
No.
Near interception.
Near interception.
That's going to bring up 4th and long for Truman and the kick.
The almost interception completion was made by Devin Callahan. Almost a pick, just barely dropped his hands on the ball. Josh with the punt attempt. And out of bounds near the 36-yard line. Bears will take over, 1st and 10.
Now, it's important to note that you can hear some fans. With the virus, there hasn't been many fans, if any, for a lot of games. That includes football, but it's nice to see some people out here for both sides, cheering, supporting the team, and respecting social distancing guidelines.
Most definitely. Chrisman ready with the snap. Hurl has the ball, but a flag is on the play. Encroachment. Truman is what it appears to look like.
That'll be their first of the night.
That will actually
Or
be
second,
their
my bad.
3rd penalty of the night.
3rd?
They had a face mask, then they had holding, and then now the
Yes,
encroachment.
yes.
This is their 3rd penalty of the night. So Chrisman is now on the 41-yard line. Dane Hurl took the snap. He's looking to pass. He passes it down to number 3, Cameron Thompson, who's going down near the 10-yard line. That is actually a touchdown. Dane Hurl's pass complete to Cameron Thompson, all the way down for a Chrisman Bears touchdown.
And once again, he has all the time in the world to throw, and he makes a beautiful pass as well. Wide open, no guys on him, and he just runs it down the line for another touchdown.
Mitchell Corey ready to kick the extra point attempt. Corey's kick is good. That makes Truman 7, Chrisman 14. What a quick touchdown. Open field. Had the easiest time in the world just to be able to find his receiver and just throw it downfield. How do you think Truman's going to have to change up their game plan to sort of get that to stop?
No doubt, they are going to have to change their game plan. Coach Pugh is going to likely look to do something aggressive, even to score back out, and take a hold of the game. They came out early, and Chrisman fought back with 2 straight touchdowns. So it'll be interesting to see what they'll do.
Number 6, Chris Rhodes, and number 4, Najee Williams, back deep for the Patriots.
Number 4, Najee Williams, and number 6, Chris Rhodes, back deep to receive for the Patriots. Number 14, Mitchell Corey, out to kick.
Mitchell Corey set to kick for the Bears.
And Corey kicks it. And yet again, it is out of bounds. That is another penalty. Patriots will take over 1st and 10 on the 35. So again, they're right here at the 35-yard line. What do you expect Truman to do differently?
I'm not sure. I think they're going to continue running the ball because that has shown to be successful time and time again this season, especially tonight. But, maybe they'll look to pass Chris Rhodes, Najee Williams, take the Chrisman defense off guard.
Truman set to snap. Chapman with the snap, hands it off to Demetri Smith. Demetri Smith goes for roughly about 6 yards. That'll put Truman at a 2nd and 3 situation. That is correction. Demetri Smith gained 7 yards on that play. Truman sets a snap. Chapin takes a snap, but there is a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. Illegal procedure against the Patriots.
Illegal procedure against the Patriots.
That'll bring them back to 2nd and 8.
Yep. Truman sets a snap. And there is a flag on the play. It looks to be, we don't quite know yet.
Offsides, I believe.
Encroachment, Bears. That will be their 4th penalty of the night.
And that'll bring the ball right back to 2nd and 3.
Yep. And both sides are even with penalties at this time. Both of them are 4 and 4.
Quite a few, considering we're just halfway through the first quarter. That's going to be a deciding factor. There's been some face masks. There's been some holding, which have resulted in
Chapman
big
with a
lost
snap.
yards.
He hands it off to Demetri Smith for a gain of nothing. Tamani Key with the tackle. Actually, correction, that is a loss of 2. That will set up Truman for a 3rd and 5 situation. Truman ready to snap. Chapman with a snap, looking to pass, and his pass was intended to number 6, Chris Rhodes. His pass was underthrown.
Well, it looks like he was hit right as he was throwing, which nearly got him intercepted. That'll bring it 4th down for the Patriots, and another kick. It's unfortunate. 2 straight downs, or 2 straight possessions for Truman with pretty good yardage. They haven't been able to capitalize on either one of them.
Nope. Josh Dixon set to punt. He has punted. And number 6, Damari Franklin was down deep for Chrisman. The ball just landed in front of him. That will put the Bears at the 23-yard, 1st and 10. Those 3rd downs are looking costly, Nate. What do you think?
Well, not just the third downs, but the penalties before them, being close, 2nd and 3, 2nd and 2, and then having a holding or a false start, bringing back to 2nd and 8, and they haven't been able to capitalize. Offensive line needs to be a little more disciplined in that regard if they want to keep getting those first downs and march down the field.
Dane Hurl set to snap. Snaps. He hands it off to number 3, Cameron Thompson.
And there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play. Quincy Potts, number 50, with the tackle. Penalty seems to be on the Bears.
Illegal block against the Bears.
It was an illegal block against the Bears that will bring them back to what looks like the 13-yard line? No.
Yep. Oh, farther back. I have a first and pretty long here. Deep in their own territory.
It looks like they're actually on the 16 of their own side. Dane Hurl set to snap. Snaps the ball. Hands it off to number 11, Terrell Green. With the gain. Correction, that was actually number 4, Saron Felix with the carry. And number 12, Quincy Scott with the tackle. It was a gain of 1.
Gain of 7.
Gain of 7, correction. It is 2nd and 8.
There's a flag on the play.
There is another flag on the play.
Appears to be holding against the Bears.
That is holding against the Bears.
And they're going to lose all those yards they just gained. Get it back to a 1st and 18 situation. So once again, deep in their own territory. See if they can get out of it.
And I will put them at their own 16-yard line. No, 14, correction. Chrisman with the huddle, just breaking it. Getting ready to snap. Dane Hurl sets a snap. He snaps the ball. Does a quick pass. Complete to
Complete, but it looks
Number
like he ran out of bounds
11.
before.
Terrell. It looks like complete
Making
to
the
Terrell
catch.
Green. And yes, it looks like he...
Was complete to number 4, Strong Felix for the Bears. He stepped out of bounds.
Correction. It was number 4, Saron Felix, and he stepped out of bounds.
Incomplete pass. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And he was actually out of bounds before he caught the ball, so that is an incomplete pass. Dane Hurl's pass intended for number 4, Saron Felix. The receiver was just out of bounds.
Yep.
So that will bring it 2nd and 20.
Yes.
Down at the Bears' own 14-yard line, possibly.
It looks like they're walking back even farther.
It appears to be
When you run out of bounds, it touches ineligible receiver.
so actually because the receiver was out of bounds and the first one to touch the ball when he came back in bounds, that is another penalty on the Bears' side, which will make that their 7th of the night.
And quite deep. 2nd and 25? Or 1st and 25, my bad.
Yes, and it appears to be on their own 7-yard line.
That's about right, yeah.
1st and 25 for Truman. Dane Hurl set to snap. He snaps the ball. His pass intended for number
I believe that was number 55. 35.
35, Mason Walters, just barely overthrown, and that is actually third down, not second down. Remember that incomplete pass?
Yes.
So that would not only be a penalty, but also an incomplete pass. So it is third and really long for Chrisman Bears. Chrisman in a huddle deciding what to do next. Play clock down at 10. Dane Hurl set to snap. He snaps. Oh, a flag on the play. And that could possibly be Chrisman's 8th of the night and drive them back even further.
Yep. Indeed it will. Another false start.
That is actually a legal procedure. So that puts them 3rd and 29, roughly about. So that will put them
Second
at
and 29, Tyler.
3rd and 29.
It's second down, Tyler. Second down and very long from about their own 4.
And another
flag.
penalty. That could be another illegal procedure on Chrisman, and it appears it is. That will bring the ball right about the goal line. I want to say the halfway between goal line and the
About
first.
inches, yeah.
Just a lot of mistakes on that line.
Yeah,
for
that
Chrisman.
offensive line has, well, and their defensive line too, but especially their offensive line on this,
on this drive.
this
that
drive has
brings-
been
That brings them
brutal.
down to 2nd and 31.
at about their own 1 yard line. It would
One
appear.
and a half. This seems to be the half. That is roughly about what, their 9th penalty of the night? Let's hope they don't make any more and just
And another flag
and
on the
yet
play.
Another flag. And another
Delay of
flag on the
game.
play.
Wow.
That is 10. That is delay of game. I don't think they could get back any further.
They cannot. What
That's
is that?
been-
That their 10th penalty of tonight?
That is their 10th penalty and about 6th of this drive alone.
6. Yeah, about.
That
yeah.
is now 2nd and 32. I don't think Chrisman can really get back any further without
No,
it being a
it's-
safety.
No.
I
And
mean,
it looks
that's
like Truman's going to.
all the
That
way-
would definitely be an opportunity for Truman to. And nope.
And another flag, encroachment on Truman. That is definitely the break that Chrisman needed.
Still, they're going to be 2nd and 27.
That is a 5-yard penalty, which gets them out of their own end zone. Definitely much needed.
But still in their own red zone.
It is roughly on their 5-yard line. Dale Hurl with the snap. He hands it off to what we believe number 4, Saron Felix. Gain about. Correction. That is actually handoff to number 3, Cameron Thompson, and tackle made by number 11, AJ Gietson.
For gain about 3-ish.
For a gain of 3, that makes it 3rd and really long for the Chrisman Bears. If I were Chrisman, I would hope not to get any more penalties than what they've already achieved.
No, 10
on this
in just the
drive.
first quarter is quite an impressive feat.
And Dane's Hurl with snap handoff to what we believe is Cameron Thompson. A gain about 3 to 4.
If that.
Tackle was made by number 12, Quincy Scott. That is now 4th and roughly about 20-24 for the Bears. Definitely going to have to hope for a decent punt here and just try to knock Truman a little bit further. Number
Yeah.
6, Chris Rhodes set back for Truman. And we believe that is number 14, Mitchell Corey, set to punt for Chrisman. We're not quite sure on that. And the punt reaches roughly about the 42-yard line, 43.
That was a pretty darn good punt considering where he was, about in his own end zone.
But that is definitely going to help Truman with the yardage that they
Yeah.
need and hopefully be able to strike here and tie this game
In
up.
this last 2 minutes of this first quarter.
Hopefully their offensive line does not cost any more penalties. We certainly don't wish for any more that has already happened between these two teams. We like to remind you, Truman with 4, Chrisman Bears with 10. Correction, Truman actually has 5 with the encroachment on the Bears' last drive. Chapman set to snap, hands off to Dimitri, and he is going back quite a few yards.
Number 21, Dimitri Smith with the carry.
That makes it
Number 21, Ishri Whitley.
Ishri Whitley with the tackle.
Loss on the play brings up second down.
It is now second down.
Chrisman defense was all over that play. They knew it. They read it all the way through. And they had multiple guys there to stop Dimitri Smith.
That was a loss of 6. Chapman set to snap. Chapman snaps. He's looking to pass. He passes it.
And he was
Isn't-
nearly sacked.
Nearly sacked, so he just had to throw that ball away. That makes it 3rd and 16. Number 5, Tamari Key with the hit on John Chapman. Correction, John Chapin. That brings up 3rd and 16 for Truman Patriots. Chapman with the snap. He's looking deep. His pass is thrown and
To the middle of nowhere.
targeted for no one but almost a pack of bears.
And Truman is once again going to kick on 4th down for the 3rd drive straight.
Josh Dixon set to punt. Number 5, Tamari Key, deep for the Chrisman Bears. Ball is snapped. Dixon with the punt. Around the 43-yard line, where the Chrisman Bears will take over. So if you're the Bears, what do you do here after coming off roughly about 6 penalties your last drive up?
Well, I think it's easy to say you don't make those penalties again. But saying things and doing things is not quite one and the same. Offensive line needs to be a little more disciplined.
Truly
making
on
sure not
both
to move.
sides
On,
of the ball.
on both sides, too.
Truman and Chrisman both need to solidify
but
their
watching
offensive
false
line.
starts, watching, just general.
Dane Hurl with the snap. He's going to take it himself for roughly about a gain of 1.
Not quite sure what he was doing there. It looked like he was in a little bit of a panic, and he was just trying to get the ball down the field.
That is actually no gain. And Quincy Potts with the tackle on Dane Hurl.
Is that his second of the night, I believe?
Roughly about, yes. Dane Hurl set to snap. He has snapped. He hands the ball off to number 3, Cameron Thompson. Thompson with a gain about roughly 9 to 8 yards. Number 60, Jason Boatwright with the tackle. They'll bring up 3rd and 3. And that was a gain of 7. Dane Hurl set to snap. Snaps, hands it off to number 3, Cameron Thompson. And that is enough yardage for Chrisman Bears' first down. Tackle made by number 60, Jason Boatwright. So far, no penalties on this drive. Dane Hurl set to snap. has snapped, hands it off to number 3, Cameron Thompson, for a gain of roughly about what looks like 2. Tackle made by 89. Anthony Third. Yeah.
That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter, and we'll be right back.
And we're back. Start of the second quarter. The Chrisman Bears 14, the Truman Patriots 7.
Hopefully this quarter won't be quite as ugly. The last one was about 40 minutes with a plethora of penalties, but we'll see.
15 in total from both sides.
Yeah.
Truman's passing game is really kind of lacking. This is, obviously not our starter. This is not our starting QB right now. Our starting QB got hurt, Zane Anderson, so he is not able to play, and so Chapin is in to cover for him. How do you think he's doing so far?
As we have a timeout for the Bears.
Bears, that should be their final of the half.
Yes, I believe so. Well, it is important to note, yes, he is a sophomore. I do think he's done pretty solidly considering the fact that he's just been thrown to the wolves, playing in a pretty big game as a sophomore. But he's struggled a little bit, but he's had some moments of promise, some good passes to, Najee Williams and Christopher Rhodes. And I'm looking forward to seeing a little more of that out of him in the rest of this game and the rest of this season too.
He definitely needs to sort of help starting to get that passing game going, because it seems Chrisman sort of just has a lock on that running game, which if Truman can't get that passing game open, then we're probably going to be expecting more 3-and-outs here shortly.
Yeah, most definitely.
And Dane Hurl set to snap, it looks like. Dane Hurl with the snap, looking to pass, but instead he is brung down. Dane Hurl has been sacked by what appears to be number 50, Quincy Potts. Correction, that is actually number 60, Jason Boatwright with the sack. That will actually bring up a Chrisman Bears 4th down.
Now a big sack there, bringing up 4th down, forcing Chrisman to punt and giving Truman the ball with about 11 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
And hopefully they can strike early this time, because they striked early in the first, and let's see it again here in the second. And let's just try to keep a consistent score going. And we believe that is Corey's punt down to number 6, Rhodes, roughly about the 23-yard line.
27-yard line.
26, correction, actually, is when the ball first went out.
Yes.
Truman will take over on their own 26.
Now, I think it's important to note that right out of the gate, Truman was coming out with the running game, and they were just running it down right through the middle of the field, right down Chrisman's throat. And we're looking fantastic doing it. Demetrius Smith was walking all over them. with that touchdown early out of the gate. But it seems to be that Chrisman, like you said, has gotten a lock on that running game, and either they're going to need to pull out some new tricks or result to a passing game.
Chapman set to snap. Chapman with the snap. He hands it off to 21, Dimitri Smith, for what looks like possibly a gain of 1.
21, Dimitri Smith with the carry.
And he's just stuffed right out of the gate, nowhere to go. There is no one there.
That'll actually be a gain of no yards. Again, just Truman wants to continue with this run game, but they need to change it up because it seems Chrisman has been able to catch on really early. Number 21, Dimitri Smith walking off the field, limping actually off the field. So that will bring in number 2, Patrick Martin in.
Hopefully he is okay. It looks just be like a cramp or something, but we wish him well.
Yes, indeed. Chapman with the snap. He carries off to Martin. Martin with roughly a gain about of
2 yards.
2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 7, we do believe.
And once again, Coach Pugh resulting to the run game, and it is not successful. 2-3 yards and consistently getting stuffed by that defensive line of Chrisman. They came out early. It showed promise, and it's not working now. They need to do something else that's where it's passing, maybe pulling out a trick or two, just something.
Chapman with the snap and almost gets sacked, and he did. Chapman gets sprung down by number 56. That is Alex Atagi. Correction, that's actually 35, Mason Walter. And that is another 3rd and out for Truman.
4th down, actually, and they're going to have to resort to a kick in their 4th straight drive.
And Josh Dixon set to punt.
Timeout, Patriots.
And Patriots have taken their 2nd timeout, and we will be right back. And we're back. Josh Dixon set to punt for the Truman Patriots. And we believe that is number 3, Thompson, deep for Chrisman. Josh Dixon punts, as he is actually ran into, so that'll bring his punt roughly about the 40-ish yard line, but there is a flag. We believe that is running into Josh Dixon. So that should be a penalty on the Bears.
Roughing the kicker.
Yep. That is a personal foul, roughing the kickers on the Bears. Their first of the 2nd quarter and 11 in total. That is going to bring out 1st down Truman, we do believe.
And they will repeat the kick.
Nope. That penalty is 15 yards, so that is actually 1st down for Truman. So they'll get a new set of downs. And you can just hear Truman's sides fired up for this drive. Maybe Coach Pugh has actually got something in mind for this. And it looks like Dimitri Smith was out there to start this drive, but it looks like they switched back to Patrick Martin. So probably just a little bit of cramps. And that is another penalty on the Bears. Actually, no. That looks to be possibly a false start, actually, on Truman.
They're going to call it a false start. What is that, the 6th, 7th for Truman? Quite penalty heavy on the game.
Yes, that appears to be false start on Truman, and that should be roughly about their 6th penalty of the night.
Yep, I believe so, bringing them to 1st and 15. Penalties have been quite brutal in this game, a lot on both sides, and pretty tough to watch, to be honest.
Chapin set to snap. Chapin snaps. He looks deep, and he overthrows his receiver. The intended receiver was number 6, Chris Rhodes. Just a little bit overthrown on that pass from Chapin. Number 2, Jaden Woods was on that coverage against Chris Rhodes. That'll bring up 2nd and 15. Chapin set to snap. Snaps. Looking to pass again. His pass almost completed to number 87, Max Black.
That was a tough pass to catch. Made a good effort.
Just need to get his hands a bit more on that ball.
That'll bring up 3rd and long. Let's see if Truman can convert it.
Number 11, Green on the coverage. That is 3rd and 15 for the Truman Patriots. Chapin almost ready to snap.
And it most definitely looks like they're going to pass it here.
Most likely. Chapin sets snap. Chapin snaps. He's looking to pass. He throws it deep. His intended receiver is number 6, Chris Rhodes. Just again.
Over his head, yeah.
Over his head yet again.
And that's going to bring up a 4th down and long for the 5th straight drive for the Patriots, which is definitely taking its toll. Do you have anything to add on that?
I mean, they had a chance with the ball in their hands yet again, and just seemed they weren't able to get anything done with it.
Yeah, penalties have brought them back.
Set to kick.
Appears that Thompson's in the backfield.
For Chrisman, and that is a
sky-high punt.
Out around the 49-yard line, which is where Chrisman will take over. 1st and 10, Bears at their own 49-yard. So what's Truman's game plan coming out on defense for this part?
Just coverage. I think Chrisman's going to come out here and pass it again. They still got quite a bit of time left in this quarter, but I would expect Coach Perry to call for a pass here.
Hurl sets a snap. Ball is snapped. He is looking to pass. He is running from a couple of defenders. He takes the ball himself.
And I think he got the 1st down. Yes, he did. He saw an open field, and he ran to it.
Yep, that will be good enough for a Chrisman 1st down. He was able to get it just before he was pushed out of bounds by Truman. Official timeout, and we will be back. And we're back. They were just making sure to check that spot, and they, yes, indeed, gave Chrisman the 1st down. What do you think about that 1st down, Nate?
I think it was the right call. He definitely looked like he got the 1st down. He got his arm out a little bit, too. But, yeah, right call.
Dane sets a snap. Carry, hands it off to Thompson for a gain about 4 or 5 yards.
And he's immediately tackled by Quincy Potts right out of the gate.
Quincy Potts really having himself a game tonight. With
quite a few tackles,
with those
yeah.
tackles, yeah. That was a gain of 4 for Chrisman. That'll bring up 2nd and 6. Hurl set to snap. Hurl snaps. He does a quick pass to number 5, Key, for a gain for about
about 5 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and short situation for the Bears.
That is 3rd and 1, which actually looks quite more like 3rd and inches. Harrell sets a snap. He just hands it off to Thompson.
And I think he got the first down
And
there.
I believe, yes, he just powered in for that first down.
Let's see where it's spot.
Actually,
Yeah,
that
it
is
looks like he's
Mason
short.
Walters with the carry.
And the refs are going to spot him just short, 4th
Nate
and inches.
Bauer with the tackle, and that is actually going to be 4th and inches again. You wonder if Christmas just going to go for it at this point.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. 5 minutes left. You're at the 35-ish yard line or 30-ish yard line. Why not? You know.
Hurl set to snap, and snapped. He hands it off to Thompson, and Thompson quite possibly got that first down.
It's close. We'll see.
Number 3, Cameron Thompson on the carry. Tackle made by number 6, Chris Rose.
Let's see where they spot it.
Official timeout.
Official timeout. They're going
Looks
to
like
take
they're
a
gonna look at the
spot. And we'll take a quick timeout.
And they're going to spot it short, just short of the first down. That'll be a turnover on downs.
All right, Truman's defense really showing up there right when it needed it. 3rd and 1, 4th and inches. Now, their offense really has got to strike. What do you think Pugh and Chapin have in store for this?
I honestly don't know. They've been running it a lot. I'd like to see him pass it, mix things up a little bit. They did a little bit on that last drive, and I'd like to see that again. I think that'll be most beneficial for them. But I think it'll be this is really a crucial drive for the Patriots, and they need to get something on the board, even to score back up.
Chapin did do a few passes, but what seems
And
to be
another
just
flag.
overthrown, and a flag is on the play. False start Truman is what they're going to call it, I do believe. Okay. So, correction, that actually wasn't Chapin with the snap. It appears to be Patrick Martin is the new quarterback in for Truman. And he carries
wow,
the ball
hey!
himself. He's able to juke past a few players, and he continues to juke more for what is possibly a gain of 2.
Now, I wasn't expecting that. They had a little trick play up their sleeves. Initially ran it right out of the gate, and, next thing you know, there's a guy coming out the other side of the field. Wasn't that successful. It looks like they only got 2 yards out of it, but...
I mean, a gain of at least 2 or 1 was better than what that was looking for, because Chrisman seemed to already be planning on that and just having to get a guy right there, and Martin was just barely able to avoid.
And another it's going to be encroachment on the Bears.
Encroachment. That is their 12th of the night, and that should give Truman 2nd and 3rd.
2nd and 3, yeah.
Yes.
Quite a
Second
lot
and
of penalties, and it's hurt the Bears tonight. They've been very deep in their own red zone, and it's hurt them on, just a lot of plays.
Chapin back at quarterback. He hands it off to Martin. Martin, a flag on the play, and it looks like Martin was actually able to get...
Maybe a yard. It looks about a yard.
It looks about a yard, but there is a flag on the play. Brown with the stop. Holding against the Patriots.
Man, is that unfortunate. Had
That'll
a good
bring 'em
play.
Back to 2nd and 8.
No, it's going to be longer than that.
2nd and 13, possibly.
About second, around second, 16, 17.
It's actually 2nd and 20. A penalty of 17 yards. Chapin set to snap.
Looking to pass. Nope, he's going to run it.
Instead, he's going to keep it, and he's going to be sacked. Possibly set. No, gain about 3, actually.
I don't
Nope,
even think
actually-
he got anything. I think he lost about a yard or 2.
Yep, I think that was actually a sack for a loss of 1.
That's going to bring up another 3rd down and long for the Patriots, and they're going to have to throw it here.
This will be possibly their 6th 3-and-out for the night. Chapin set to snap. He's looking for a receiver. He finds one, and what appears to be 21 Smith.
It's not going to be enough.
No, it's not
Do you
gonna be
think they go for the conversion here?
Correct. That was actually a pass by by Chapman to Rooney Hernandez. And, I mean, you have roughly about 2 minutes left. I don't know what you go for here, to be honest.
Well, it looks to be that Truman is going to elect to kick it for the 6th drive in a row.
Dixon set to punt. Dixon's punt is fair catched around the
25-yard line. That was a pretty good punt from Dixon.
Thompson calls for the fair catch, and that will make it
1st and 10,
1st and 10
for the Bears.
For the Bears. Yes, indeed. With roughly 2 minutes left to go in the half.
Now, do you think Chrisman's going to come out here and score here, or do you think it's going to be another 4th down situation?
Honestly, if I were Chrisman, I'd honestly just push everything and go for that touchdown. Just make it, 21-7.
Make it a
and-
2-possession game.
Yeah, and just really give the just honestly, if they score here and with enough time off the clock, they'll get it again in the next half, and they could easily make this a 4-score game, a 3-score game. Hurl with the snap, hands it off to number 3, Thompson.
And there's a flag on the play as well.
Tackle made by number 11, A.J. Geetson. Looks like maybe a gain of 1. But they are trying to decide what this flag is. Face mask,
On
Truman.
the Patriots.
That is their 8th of the night. And that will be enough yards for possibly a Chrisman Bears 1st down, I do believe.
Not quite. It's going to bring them to a 1st and about 8 situation.
Yep, it is 1st and 8. Hurl set to snap. Hurl with the snap, hands off to number 3, Thompson. Thompson with the carry, gain roughly about
Say about 6.
6, yeah. Tackle was made by number 9, Sam Scott. That will bring it 2nd and 4. So roughly a gain about 4. Hurl discussing with his team what to do. Hurl set to snap now. Looks like they're going to proceed possibly with this running game as they're just trying to wear Truman down at this point.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Less than a minute go. Hurl snaps, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson with the 1st down, we do believe.
I believe so. Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him the first down there. With about
AJ
50
Gietzen with
seconds
the
left.
tackle. And that is enough for a Chrisman Bears first down. If you were Truman, what do you do here on defense?
Probably looking for the run. That's what Chrisman has done. They've given it to Thompson quite a few times throughout the night, and they've been successful with it. So I don't see why not, why they wouldn't do that again. So definitely looking for the run, looking for a blitz play.
Play clock down at 5, 4, 3,
Not quite.
2, 1. Harrell able to get the ball snapped and hand off to Thompson, and a pack of Patriots ready there to stuff that run game.
And
Tackle was made by number 9, Sam Scott, and number 50, Potts. And that looks to be the end of the half. Chrisman Bears 14, Truman Patriots 7, and we'll be back. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. I am Tyler Karras with.
Nate Moore,
And so we're going to talk about how the game's going so far. So, Nate, what do you see that Truman did well on the defensive side of the ball?
on the defensive side of the ball, they've been okay. I wouldn't say they've done a lot too well. They've obviously kept Chrisman scoring from too much. It's kept them to 2 scores, but other than a few little hiccups, they've been pretty well. Penalties have hurt them. Penalties have hurt both the Chrisman defense too, but it's going to be interesting to see how these teams come out of the gate in such a close game, given how brutal the first half was.
And Dixon's kick is a touchback.
Dixon's kick sails into the end zone, touchback.
Well, a lot of drives in the first half that have resulted in 4th and long after false start penalties and encouragement and holding and whatnot that both teams need to look out for and prevent. So,
All right. Hurl is in the huddle deciding what he should strike out with first. We should note Thompson has actually been pretty decent this game for Chrisman. A few hiccups here and there for Chrisman's offense, especially with that 6th penalty drive. And let's see if they can get started. Hurl with the low snap. He hands it off to Thompson. Thompson with a gain of roughly about 2.
yeah, I think Chrisman's going to continue to hand it off to Thompson throughout the rest of the game. It's proven to work pretty well. They haven't done much anything truly spectacular with it, but yeah.
That was a gain of 3. And Jaden James with the tackle, number 32. Hurl looks almost ready, set to snap. Hurl is set to snap. Hurl snaps. Truman's defense finally putting some pressure, and Hurl's pass was intended for number 4, Felix.
He nearly made an amazing catch. Came over his head.
Nearly just overthrown. Honestly, both parties could have been at fault for that incomplete pass.
Yeah. Once again, Chrisman having a great look, guy wide open in downfield, and a pretty good pass this time, and they aren't able to capitalize on it.
That is 3rd and 7 for Chrisman. Hurl is set to snap. And Hurl snaps the ball. He hands it off to what appears to be Thompson yet again. Thompson gaining roughly about 5 to 6 yards. Number 12, Quincy Scott knocked him out. I don't think he got quite a bit enough for that first down. It depends where they want to mark that ball, and it looks like they're going to mark him.
They're going to mark it about a
2 yards short. So that brings up 4. Oh, there is a flag on the play.
Just now.
That possibly could be
On the Bears, I think.
unsportsmanlike. Oh, that is actually a sideline warning. Now, due to this recent pandemic, we do ask that you are all 6 feet apart, those who are watching at the game. And part of that penalty was because the sideline was too far up and not spread out enough from what it seemed. It is still 4th and 2, and
They're going to kick it.
Corey with the punt. Number 6, Chris Rhodes, we do believe is deep back. Corey's punt is down roughly about the 46-yard line, and that's where Truman will take over. So Truman quickly got that 3rd and out against the Bears. How do you think that's going to help their offense going deep into this game?
For Truman or for Chrisman?
For Truman.
I don't know. Defense looked pretty good there, but they need to gain some momentum. They need to get it past the 50-yard line and into red zone, maybe get a touchdown or something.
Chapin set to snap. Chapin snaps. He hands it off to what we might think is Dimitri Smith yet again. There is a flag on the play. Dimitri Smith with the carry. It looks like he is good and healthy and probably just some cramps earlier, and he's ready back in the game. Like we said, there is a penalty on the field. The refs are discussing it as we speak.
I think this one might be on the Bears, Tyler, but I'm not entirely sure. And there's a player down for Truman. I'm not sure who that is. This doesn't look too good.
We hope that is just cramps, but we do not know. The players are kneeling for the injured player.
We're going to take a quick break.
And we believe those penalties are offsetting, and the injured player is Dimitri Smith. He was able to walk up on his own power shortly after that injury. What it appeared to look like is both Dimitri and another Chrisman player had helmet-to-helmet contact.
Hopefully everything's okay. You know, concussions are a big thing in football, so
We hope that was just a little stun and nothing too big whatsoever.
yeah, most definitely.
We wish him the best of luck. Chapin getting ready, set to snap. That we believe that is Martin in for Smith. He hands the ball off to Rhodes, and the Chrisman team was just there, set and ready for that. They saw that coming
immediately
from a mile
tackled by
away.
26.
That would be Nathan Campos with that tackle.
Just again, folks, the concession stand will be closing in about 5 minutes. They do have dollar hot dogs. They sell nachos left over as well.
Chapin set to snap. Chapin has snapped. He looks to pass. He did a quick pass to Rhodes,
And,
and
it's
it
gonna be
was
short.
incomplete.
And another fourth down for the Patriots, and they're going to have to kick it again. That is 7 straight drives for the Patriots where they've had to punt, which is not what Coach Pio and the Patriots are looking to do right now.
It appears Key is deep back for Chrisman. Dixon set to punt for Truman. I mean, this is a really high-intensity game. How do you think that's affecting Chapin's playing, being a sophomore and entering a rivalry game?
Yeah, obviously, there's a lot of conflict. It's going to be hard fought from both sides, and a lot of pressure for underclassmen like Chapin. He's got a lot of pressure on him to succeed. Obviously in a rivalry game, but I think he's been doing pretty well. He's held his own, but I do think I would like to see a little more out of him. I think he's capable of more. They've just fallen short a few times.
Dixon's punt was down at the Bears' 20-yard line. Demari Franklin picked up the ball. And Hurl snapped, handed off to Thompson for a gain of roughly about 4. Tackle was made by Jaden James, number 32. Gain of about 4.
Gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6, Bears. At roughly about their 25-yard line. Hurl snapped, hands it off to Thompson again, and a pack of Patriots this time was just ready for that run. And looks like possibly a gain of none.
Maybe a yard. I don't think he got any more than that.
It looks like they're going to go ahead and give him
yep.
the yard. Yep. So that is 3rd down and 3. Chrisman. Hurl in a huddle with his team.
Kristen's got an opportunity to break open the gates here, but let's see if they can do it.
We actually do correct that. What was a gain of... Actually,
Still
that
gain
was
of
a gain.
1,
Yeah, that still
but
was a
3rd
gain
and
of
4.
1. And Hurl snaps it off to Thompson, and that is enough for a Bears first down. Gain about 6-7 yards.
Or so, yep. Nice run from Thompson. They're consistently going to him, and he's been able to just keep running it down through the defensive line of the Patriots. And the Patriots got to do something to stop it because it can't let this go on forever, you know.
Hurl getting set to snap. Hurl snaps, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson with a gain of what looks like actually to be maybe a loss of 1.
Yeah, Patriots were all over that one.
Potts with the tackle. And it looks like they're actually going to give them a yard. No. Play clock down at nearly the 10. 2nd and 9 for the Chrisman Bears. Hurl set to snap. Hurl snaps. He's looking to pass. Truman trying to put some pressure on. Hurl keeps him himself and gains roughly about 6 yards to make it 3rd and 4. Number 9, Scott with the tackle.
Be another 3rd and 4 situation for the Patriots. Or the Bears, my apologies.
Let's see if Truman's defense can actually stop this 3rd down and bring them to 4th down and hopefully get the ball back. Hurl breaking a huddle, set to snap. Hurl snaps, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson in the backfield, and that is a flag is on the play.
There's a flag on the play. I think he got the 1st down. And another flag.
Actually, I believe a flag was just called now. It was actually a player's shoe, is what it looks like. No, they are actually no. Actually, it is 2 flags.
2 flags.
And we don't know. And it looks like Truman.
And the refs are going to discuss. And
As of right now, that is a 1st down, Bears, after this penalty.
I think one of them at least has to be on the Bears, given the placement on the field. But
that would Bears are currently up to 13 penalties now, with Truman at 9.
That would make 14 if they have another one. Yeah. No, it would make 14.
So
with
it's currently 13 penalties on the Bears and 9 on Truman, and that is hold. We believe those are offsetting penalties.
Looks like there was a penalty, yeah, both on Truman and Chrisman, and those penalties will offset.
Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bears.
No, that is actually unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bears. We're not so sure that those penalties actually offset each other.
It would appear by the ref's motions that they did offset. I'm not sure where they're gonna.
And
that would be a what is it, a 15-yard penalty?
Something like that, but I think they're still trying. We don't know if they're moving the ball back or not.
Looks like they're about to, yeah.
And the ref has finally picked up the ball.
There
And
we
yes,
go.
that appears to be what looks like roughly about yes, that is unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bears after the play.
And something else because they're walking out.
And they're walking even further back. That's 15 penalties now, we do believe, on the Bears. That looks to be like a 30-yard penalty. That would make it 3rd and 30.
3rd and 30.
It is
wow.
3rd and 30. How do you get 2 unsportsmanlike conducts in a row?
That's what it would appear to be.
I mean,
only
this is
heard the one from the ref, but yeah, that's
We get that this is such a high-intensity game, but 2 back-to-back penalties for the
that's
same
a big
thing
loss right after a first
on
down
the same
too.
team, not even
Yeah.
split to offset. That's really going to cost the Bears because that's 2 penalties, each worth 15. Hurls handoff to Thompson. Thompson.
Is going to go down at about the 25, which is still
Actually, correction, that is Mason Holder with the carry, and that would be roughly about 10 yards, maybe?
gain of 10. Yeah, that'll make it 4th and 20.
4th and 20. And Corey set to punt on the Bears, and it seems that Rhodes is deep back at the 40 for Truman. 2 unsportsmanlike penalties back to back, both on the same team. How costly is that to their offense?
Very costly, especially right after a first down. You can't
Corey's
do
punt
that.
down to Rhodes. Rhodes actually was able to pick up the ball. Rhodes, he's down at the 50. He's going more, and he's down at the Bears 40. And it looks like he is actually out of bounds right at the 41-yard line, maybe 42.
How many tackles did he break there? About 3, 4?
About 3, 4. That was roughly about 21 yards.
Yeah, quite the run for there from Christopher Rhodes. That'll give Truman some great yardage. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. They've had quite a few drives in a row where they've had to punt, but they need to do something right now, even out the game, or at least get a field goal.
Oh, he was actually out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That is a game. That is a 25 punt return from Chris Rhodes. That's going to set Patriots 1st and 10 at the Bears' 45-yard line.
35 at the 35.
45, actually. Yeah, 35. My bad. This will set up Patriots need to score here and tie this game up. Penalty.
And another flag.
Encroachment. That is number 16 on the Bears. That is 16 penalties, Nate. That's
And that's about the
something's got to be
seventh
done.
I don't know. There's no discipline on either side of the ball for either defense or offensive line. And
That's
it's
9
kind of
on
been
the
hard to watch.
Patriots and
Yeah, quite a
16
few.
on Truman. That's
It's
almost
25 total. Yeah.
That's almost double. The Bears almost have double than what Truman has. It's 1st and 5. Chapin with the snap. He hands it off to number 2, Martin. Martin goes for roughly about what looks like 15 yards. Another penalty is out. This could be another unsportsmanlike conduct as a Bears helmet just flew
Truman
off.
helmet for number 74.
Actually, yes, indeed, that was a Truman helmet. That is holding Bears. That will give Truman some
Personal
more
foul, I
yards.
believe, actually.
No, that looks like a holding call, actually, no, you are right. It is a personal foul on the Bears.
And that's going to be a major
That is
loss.
number 17. That brings the Patriots even closer to the goal line. This is
in
where,
the
if you're
red zone,
Truman,
too.
you have to strike here. Number 17 on the Bears. One more, and that's going to be double than what Truman has. There's clearly a lack of discipline
First
on
and goal
Chrisman's
here for
defensive side.
Truman.
As Truman's on the 10-yard line, Chapin set to snap. Chapin has snapped. He hands it off to number 2, Martin. The Bears were all over that, and a loss of 5. That brings Truman back on the 15-yard line. 2nd and goal. Linchell Brown with the tackle.
Now, Truman's got to do something here. You know, they have great yardage. They've been handed golden opportunity by the Bears with penalties. They need to score here. They don't. You know, that could be really costly. It could be. It could decide the game even.
Chapin set to snap. Chapin snaps. He hands it off to.
He
He doesn't hand it off. He's carrying it alone, and he's brought down to the ground. But it looks like there is possibly a flag on the play. James May with the tackle, but there is a flag,
Looked like
and
there was some miscommunication on the Patriots
it
side
looks like they're
there.
dropping that back. That might be number 10 for Truman.
Yep. Ref's still discussing the penalty.
Holding Truman. The penalty is declined. A loss of 5 yards on that sack brings Truman down at the 20. 3rd and goal. Chapin with a snap set to pass. The pass is complete, but there is a flag on the play.
Another flag. Wow. On the other side of the field, too, near the 20-yard line.
As it stands, that pass is complete to Najee Williams, but there is still a flag on the play. They are currently deciding what it is.
I think he's calling a face mask? I'm not sure. On the Bears, I have no idea what
That
the
looks like
call
it's a
was.
personal foul on the Bears. Actually, that might be unsportsmanlike conduct, and that could actually reset the downs for Truman. We're not quite sure if that resets the downs or not. And it seems that yes, indeed, that unsportsmanlike conduct will reset downs. It is 1st and goal.
It's big
Truman.
for Truman. They got another opportunity.
They have to capitalize here, Nate.
Indeed, they do.
Do you
yes.
expect another run, or do you expect another short, easy pass? Possibly
they're-
this time to Chris.
They're going to kick a field
Wait, he's
goal?
kicking the field goal? Maybe it didn't actually reset the downs, and it's still 4th down. That field goal is good.
I am not sure what happened there. It would appear as if the downs had reset, but they had not. It was still 4th and 6. Truman elected to kick or go for the field goal, and it was successful.
It is now Chrisman 14, Truman 10. It appears that unsportsmanlike conduct was not enough to give them the 1st down and reset downs. We will take a short break. And we're back. Dixon set to kick. It is 14-10. Chrisman has 14. Truman has 10. Dixon has kicked. And looks like they will be able to get that ball and get it out to roughly about the 25-yard line.
Looked like there was some
Felix
confusion on the
with the
Chrisman
return.
sideline right before the play. I'm not sure if they had another man on the field that wasn't supposed to be there or what, but looks like they got that resolved before the play happened.
It is Bears 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line, 26-yard line, actually. And Hurl just breaks the huddle, getting set to snap. Hurl snaps the ball, hands it off to what we believe is Thompson, and he is brung down, roughly about a gain of a yard. Number 50, Potts with the tackle.
There's a little bit of shoving after the play. This game's getting pretty heated.
I would expect with such a close game.
Yeah,
But
no.
Potts is really making himself a night.
He's had a
with
sack and
quite a few tackles.
Yes.
Yeah, he's really had himself a night against his rival, the Bears. And hopefully he could just turn that into something positive for Truman and maybe be able to outscore Chrisman here on offense to, help them get going a bit more.
Get the ball back, get the ball down the field.
It is 2nd and 10. That was actually a gain of no yards. Hurls with the handoff to Thompson. And again, Potts right there with the tackle. That is what we believe. That is, again, a gain of no yards. Quincy Potts just up there 2 times to see that and stop it. Could this be Truman's defense finally actually stepping up against that run?
It would appear so. We'll have to see a little bit more to make the decision on that. But, yeah, Quincy has come out. Sam has come out. The other Quincy has come out. They're looking pretty solid right now.
Roughly about a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Hurl set to snap. Hurl snaps. He's looking to pass to Thompson. A short pass. And a gain of what only appears to be 2 yards.
3 guys from Truman were there ready for that. They tackled him down. That'll force a 4th down in about 6 or 7 yards.
Yes, and number 11, Gietson with the tackle. Really helping his team stop them on that what could have been a big loss for Truman, but Gietson was just right there and ready to stop it. And Corey with the punt, and it looks like number 6, Rhodes, deep back for Truman. He had a 25-yard run from the punt. Let's see if he can do that again. Corey punts, and Rhodes is deciding to fair catch it. That looks like it is down on the 36-yard line. Truman's ball.
Now, Truman came out, and they had some really good yardage last time. They walked down the field, and they ended up getting a field goal. But now they need to take the lead here if they want to prove some dominance. It's definitely something I think they're capable of doing. Continuing to run has shown little to no success. Just a pass here, pass there, some short slants or whatnot has really been working. So they need to go to that.
And Chapman with the handoff. Gain about roughly 5. We believe that is Martin with the carry. That'd make it 2nd and 5. Number 2, Jaden Woods with the tackle.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
And we will be back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It is now the 4th quarter. Chrisman Bears 14, Truman Patriots 10. The Truman Patriots have ball 2nd and 7 on their own 40-yard line. Chapin is about to be ready to set the snap. Chapin ready for the snap. He snaps, he hands it off to what we believe is Martin. And the Bears were all ready for that.
It's
And
going to be a loss of about 4 on that play.
Key with the tackle.
To be honest, I don't know why Truman is continuing to run time and time again when passing is shown to be successful, and Chrisman hasn't quite been able to defend it to the extent that they have with the run.
Chapin set to snap, and it looks
See.
like that was only a loss of 2 yards and not 4. Chapin snaps. He's looking to pass. Instead, he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to almost – ooh.
Run it for about a gain of 5.
Yep, and it looks like they're going to actually bring out their punting – Truman's going to bring out their punting unit and make it 4th and roughly about 5.
Yep, that's right.
If you're Truman here, do you think it's the right call sending out your punting unit?
I mean, I think they'll have another time, another chance at it. So, there hasn't been too many long drives. They've all been relatively quick. So I don't think it's a bad decision on Coach Hughes' part to punt it.
Besides that 6 penalty on the Bears. And Dixon's punt will just be barely into the end zone. Touchback, Chrisman. No, it's actually
they're gonna
down.
Mark it down by the 2. That was a
Truman was able to
actually spot by Truman. Wow.
Truman was actually able to not get that down into the end zone. That brings Chrisman right back down to their own 1-yard line. And honestly, if you're Truman here, get that sack and possibly get a safety here.
Yeah, that would definitely be great for Truman. Definitely a turnover or a touchdown would be nice, but you can't go wrong with a safety.
And get 2 more points up on that board and just make it like a 1-possession game and closer than what it actually is right now. It is still 14-10, Chrisman on top, but they're close to they're deep in their own zone. So we'll see what Chrisman plans to do as Hurl breaks the huddle and is about ready to snap the ball. And Hurl is snapping the ball, hands it off to Thompson, and it looks like Truman was ready for that. Maybe a gain of 2. Number 12, Scott Quincy on that tackle. Looks like it was actually a gain of 4. It is 2nd and 6. If you're Truman here, what do you do, Nate?
Well, you got to stop them. To turn it over here, you're going to have great yards, whether or not they punt it, or unlikely, though. There's a turnover on downs. But you need to stop them here, and you need to get the ball back.
Harrell snapped, handoff to Thompson. Thompson with roughly what looks like a gain about
3, I think.
Looks roughly about 5. Number 60, Boatwright with the tackle. It looks like it was a gain of 1, maybe, is what they're... Nope, that was a gain of 4. It is 3rd and 1, Chrisman. If you're Truman here, you really got to be expecting that run, and you need to stop them here.
Yes, most definitely. Can't let them get by. You can't let them get this first down. Well, I mean, maybe you can afford it, but,
snap.
Definitely not ideal.
Hurl with the snap, hands off to Thompson. Thompson with that first down, plus some more yards.
Yep, they're going to give him the first.
Tackle made by number 60, Boatwright. It is 1st and 10. Bears, 1st and 10. Roughly about 9 minutes left to go. Bears are just going to continue that run game and pound it into Truman. Hurl set to snap. Hurl with the snap, does not hand it off to Thompson. Instead, takes to carry it himself, and the pass was intended for number 35, Walters. Falls incomplete. Scott on the coverage. That makes it 2nd and 10, Bears. With roughly about 8.5 minutes left to go in the 4th. Hurl in a huddle. Hurl breaks the huddle and is about ready to snap the ball. Hurl set to snap. Hurl snaps the ball. He's looking to pass. He hands it off instead. What looks like maybe a gain of 7 to 6 to 8.
7, yeah, I'd think about 6.
somewhere
7.
around that range.
That's going to
Walters
bring up
with
another
the
3rd and
carry.
short.
Looks like it is 3rd and 1 again. It is 3rd and 1.
Yeah, with the clock running, Truman's got to stop it here. They won't have much time for an opportunity if they keep letting Chrisman run down the clock and march down the field.
Hurl sets to snap. Hurl snaps, hands it off to Thompson. That is good enough for a Chrisman first down.
Number 3, Cameron Thompson with the carry. Tackle made by number 9, Sam Scott.
Tackle made by number 9, Sam Scott. That is good enough for a Chrisman first down. Hurl set to snap. Hurl snaps the ball. Hands it off to Thompson. Thompson uncovered and looks like he was able to run for 10 yards and get that first down. Actually, that was Felix with the carry. And number 12, Scott pushed him out, and there is a flag on the play.
Another one. Wow.
Could be possibly number 11 for Truman or number 18 for the Bears. Refs are deciding. It is on the Bears. That is number 18 for them. It is an illegal block.
That's going to bring him back way
First
back.
and 20. That run looked like it was good enough for another Chrisman Bears first down, but with that penalty, it brings them back another 10 yards.
And they're going to have to replay the down 2.
Hurl in a huddle.
Once again, penalties, pushing Chrisman way back, giving him, forcing him to have long downs, and a timeout for the Bears.
And we will be back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Chrisman Bears, 1st and 20, what appears to be on their own 25-yard line.
15-yard line.
15,
actually.
correction. All right,
Truman's
Hurl
got to stop him here.
is set to snap. Defense is not quite set. And Hurl snaps, hands it off to number 4, Felix. Felix trying to look for some room, possibly a gain of 2.
I don't even think he got a yard on that. He was pushed back pretty far by Truman's defense.
Rooney with the stop. Correction, number 32 is actually Jaden James with the stop.
That looks to be a loss of 1. That's going to bring him back to 2nd and 21.
Yes, indeed, on their own 14-yard line. And Hurl coming back onto the huddle from talking with his coach about what he should do next. And Hurl is set to snap the ball. Hurl snaps. He's looking to pass. Truman, Patriots are over that. He hits Truman. But number 4, Felix, is there with the catch. There is a flag on the play, though. There is actually...
There are 2 flags on the play after a wonderful Hurl almost falling down, making a wonderful pass.
As it is right now, it is a first down Bears with lots of yardage. They are deciding the flag right now.
I think it might be a pass interference on the Patriots.
That quite possibly. Yep. Yes,
And the
indeed.
penalty is going to be declined.
That is a Bears first down. What an unlucky break for Truman there. And I mean, Hurl was hit just before that ball was thrown, so really showing his toughness there.
Yeah,
being
no
able
kidding.
to make that completed pass.
Just beautiful arc. Went right where it needed to go.
Yes, indeed. Hurl set to snap. Hurl snaps. He hands it off to Walters. Walters with room, 5 yards. And it looks like Najee Williams with the tackle. Correction, that is actually a tackle made by number 9, Scott. That was a gain of 4. Hurl set to snap. Hurl snaps. He hands it off to Thompson, and what looks like to be a gain of about 3 yards. Tackle made by number 57, Trey Stone. Looks like indeed it was a gain about 2. It is now 3rd and short for the Bears. Let's see what the Bears do here as Hurl is set to snap. Hurl snaps the ball. He hands it off to Walters, and Walters gets
Is gonna
enough
have
yardage
enough
for the first down. Tackle made by Potts. Potts is really having himself a game.
Yeah, no kidding. A sack and about 5-6 tackles. He's been on tonight. He's stopping the run and doing a great job. And
He's doing what he can to try to help his team. Hurl set to snap. Hurl snaps. Hands it off to Thompson for gain about 3. Tackle made by Potts yet again. Timeout, Patriots. And we will be back. And we're back with roughly about 3 minutes and a half left to go. It is Chrisman 14, Truman 10. And Chrisman will have the ball. 2nd and 6 to go. And Hurl just talking real quick on what to do as he's about to get ready to snap the ball.
you know, if Chrisman ends up getting a touchdown here, they've pretty much sealed the game. You know, a field goal, it's only a 7-point margin there.
A touchdown really does kind of just seal the game for Chrisman here with a few minutes left to go. Hurl snaps, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson with roughly maybe a yard, if that.
Number 3, Cameron Thompson with the carry. Tackled by number 11, A.J.
Gateson with the tackle. That is a gain of 1 yard. It is 3rd and 5 for the Bears.
Truman really needs to force fourth down if they want a chance at winning this game right here. And even then, if they get to fourth down, Chrisman's most likely going to go for it.
Hurl set to snap. Hurl hands it off to, keeps it himself actually, and he's able to run for the first down. Tackle made by Quincy Scott. That is good enough for Chrisman, first down. Hurl set to snap. And Hurl hands it off to Thompson. Thompson running for roughly about 4 to 5 yards. Tackle made by number 74, Devron Rivera.
And the Bears are going to take another timeout.
And we will be back. And we're back. Chrisman 14, Truman 10. It is 2nd and 7 for the Chrisman Bears. Hurl is set to snap the ball. Hurl snaps, hands it off to Thompson. Thompson runs for what looks like 2 to 3 yards.
Timeout. Patriots.
And the Patriots have taken their final timeout. No?
Yes.
Yes, that is their final timeout. And we will be back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Chrisman Bears have the ball, 3rd and 2, near at the Truman's 15-14 yard line.
Now the Bears, if they want to win this game, which they probably are going to, really need to capitalize here and score a touchdown. If they do that, then they can set this game away.
Hurl set to snap. And offsides on Truman. A hard count got him. That is a first down for the Bears. That is actually encroachment. And Hurl set to snap. Hurl snaps the ball. He takes it, hands it off to Walters. Walters with the touchdown. Bears.
That's exactly what the Bears needed to do there. Is get it in, score, and pretty much seal this away. Only the chance Truman has to get here is score a touchdown really quick and then hope the onside kicks goes in their favor.
Corey with the extra kick. Attempt. Hurl is ball holder. Corey's extra point is good. Bears 21, Truman 10.
Fans, at this time, we would like to name our host for this evening's game, Staley High School. Please help us show our appreciation by picking up your trash and leaving the stadium in as good a shape as we found it. Thanks again to North Kansas City School District and Staley High School.
And it looks like Chris Rhodes and G. Williams are back deep for Truman.
Now the game isn't quite set away yet. Truman does have a chance to march it down the field and get a touchdown, but if they do so, they need to do it quickly, and then hope the onside kick goes in their favor and score from there. But see if they can do that.
Corey set to kick for Chrisman. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in this ball game. And Corey kicks a short kick, and it actually goes out of bounds, which is a penalty. Oh, there is actually 2 penalties on the field. One we do believe, which is the out of bounds, and what could possibly be a late hit on the Truman side of things, as a Truman player did tackle a Chrisman player after the play was already called dead. We do know for one fact that that first penalty thrown was the Bears' kick was out of bounds.
And it looks like the refs are talking with the Chrisman coach. See what happens here.
This could possibly also be on Truman as well. As how it stands, Chrisman has had 19 penalties tonight and has been actually able to come on top of that and kind of just get this win. Of course, the game is not quite over yet.
After the kickoff, Patriots will begin first and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Patriots will begin 1st and 10 at the own 35-yard line. We don't quite know what that second penalty was. Chapin set to snap. And there is movement. Possibly false start. False start on Truman.
That's the last thing Truman needs right now.
1st and 15. Truman down at their own 30-yard line. Truman really just needs a deep pass into the end zone if they want to have any chance of possibly tying this game up or possibly taking the lead. Chapin set to snap. He snaps the ball. He's looking for a receiver, and it's just barely overthrown. The pass was intended for Hernandez. What really seemed to be is that ball was actually quite placed. Hernandez just couldn't get there in time.
Nope.
It is 2nd and 15. Chapin set to snap. Chapin snaps. He's looking for a receiver. And it is a pick on Chrisman. Chapin's pass was intended for Hernandez, but instead was picked by the Chrisman Bears.
That's pretty much just sealed the game.
Devin Callahan with the pick.
That pass looked to be deflected by a Chrisman player and went right into his hands.
Yes, indeed. Dale Hurl walking onto the field and off the field without his helmet on.
And it
And-
looks like the Bears are going to take a timeout.
And the Bears are taking a timeout, and we will be back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Chrisman has the ball after the interception from Chapin. It looks to be as the refs are talking to Chrisman on whether if they just want to down the ball and just let time run out, or if they're going to try to go for more points. That pick was honestly the last thing Truman needed. Hurl set to snap. And Hurl downs it.
Yep, looks like they're just going to down the play and run the clock. Why are they not running the clock?
Seems to be some confusion. Possibly a flag was thrown?
And the clock's not working.
The clock is not working. So we'll take a quick timeout and we will be back. And it looks like as Chrisman will have to replay the down because the clock was not working. 8 seconds left on the play clock. 7. And he just downs it.
And that's the end of your ball game.
And that's going to end the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Patriots 10,
Chrisman, 21.
21.
Patriots 10. We thank you guys for joining this live stream of the Wagon Wheel game, Truman versus Chrisman. We look forward for you watching again, and keep a lookout. This is Tyler Harris reporting,
Nate Morton.
signing out.